Welcome back to A Closer Look. It's important for all children to have the opportunity to receive an education, even if it's not in a traditional environment. Here to talk about the Chesapeake Juvenile Services Education Program is Chuck Conley, physical education and post-dispositional teacher, and Xander Zims, special education teacher and department head. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Now, what is the purpose of the Chesapeake Juvenile Services Education Program?
Well, our program is a state-operated program. We are also an entity of Chesapeake Public Schools. And what we do is we provide educational services to those children who have been arrested or convicted of a crime. We collaborate with the detention staff and administration to provide those educational services. We have a 100-bed facility which houses 7 units for males and 1 unit for females.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
So how long do residents have to stay there?
So some residents come in just for one night or maybe 2, but the average stay is about a month. Sometimes we'll get kids who will linger there for at least a couple years while their cases work their way through the court system. We have 2 different long-term programs. One is a community placement program, and that's there for residents who've been incarcerated. They could be local so their families can come see them. And the other is called post-dispositional program, and that's a 6-month-long program. And it's an intense education, job skills, life skills program that includes the use of a greenhouse that we have at our facility to teach them a lot of hands-on things.
And that's important, so for the education to continue during this time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, what cities are served?
Well, because we're regional, we serve not only Chesapeake kids, but we also serve Portsmouth, Franklin, Suffolk, Isle of Wight, Smithfield. Although Norfolk and Virginia Beach have their own facilities, if a child commits a crime in Chesapeake, then they are brought to our facility. So we are regional, and that carries a lot, not just one particular location.
Now, what subjects are taught? Is it sort of standard, or are there special classes that are taught?
Well, we do teach the standard courses, core courses, math, English, science, social studies. We also have a GED program for those students who are not on the standard track diploma. Our GED program has a 97% pass rate the first time our students have taken it, so that's awesome, and we're excited about that. And we also teach character ed and PE. We also provide special education services to those students who come in with an individualized education program who have a documented disability. So we want to maintain that continuity even from their home school into our facility.
I would imagine that's very important, that even though their environment has changed and they may be going through the court system, to keep that constant of the education is important.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, what is challenging about teaching there? You both teach there, correct?
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about your personal challenges or just challenges in general for a teacher?
It's a challenging place to work. All the kids that come in have all been committed for committing all the same crimes that adults do. So as you might imagine, we've got some individuals that are challenging to deal with on that front. Safety and security has to be at the front of everything we do. We have to be careful about having anything in our possession that could be used as a weapon. No neckties, dangling jewelry, high heels. We count our pencils out at the beginning of class, and we count them back in. If a pencil goes missing, you close down the facility and you search until you find it, because it could be used as a weapon. We try to do as much as we can for the kids with the internet, with the importance of technology. But we have filters in place because they are always trying to get around them to go to inappropriate sites and any kind of social media or any way to communicate with the outside world. And we can't have that because they could actually get involved in witness tampering, putting a hit on somebody, some sort of thing along those lines.
So you probably wouldn't think, I mean, I know for me, I wouldn't think along those lines, but it's important to, because you have to remember they're there for a reason.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And almost every kid in the facility is affiliated with a gang of some kind, so that adds some challenges for who to keep together and who to keep apart. And the cops bring the kids in every day, every night, at all different times. And then kids get released, either go home or a group home or a more intense incarceration setting than us. So continuity of instruction is challenging all the time. And plus our disruptions constantly throughout classes. Parole officers, lawyers, probation officers, police, detectives are coming to grab different residents to talk to them about their cases.
And you're trying to teach a subject during this,
Right.
so
And the vast
That's gotta be a
majority of our
challenge.
population is below grade level in math and reading, and about 50% of them are identified special ed.
Yes.
So we've got a lot going on with them.
it sure sounds like it.
And we also have to keep in mind a lot of our students, they may not have went to school consistently themselves. So this is the most consistent for some of them, which makes it really exciting when we have those that come in and pass our GED program, the test for that.
And I would think, too, if that is someone's situation and they do see that they can accomplish something positive, that would be helpful in their rehabilitation.
Yes, yes.
So that's really great. And it sounds like a difficult and challenging environment, so it takes a special person to be able to do that and to teach.
Absolutely.
So why would anybody want to work there?
Well, it's not for everyone, that's for sure. But it's not much different than teaching
Right,
anywhere.
yes.
If you're going to be a teacher, you need to have thick skin,
Yes.
a big heart, be a little more vigilant, care about the kids, let them know where you stand, keep clear boundaries, all the usual things you would expect from teachers.
And although we know that they have committed a crime, we still have to be mindful that they're students and they're kids first. So we always put that in the forefront of everything that we do as well.
Any advice for a parent of a child who may be there?
Well, if we look at it from a special education piece, considering that that is something that's consistent as well, to encourage the parent to continue to contact us, to make sure the student is being provided with the services that is designed on their IEP, questions or concerns that they may have for any of the teachers, to call us and talk with us and ask questions to make sure everything is still going as consistent as it can be with the students being in our facility.
And with any education, parent involvement is so important.
Yes.
And that's the big advice I throw. Come see your kid on the visitation
Yes, right,
days.
absolutely.
Make yourself available for phone calls when they can make phone calls. We have open houses a few times a year for the education department. Come to the open houses, talk to the teachers, see how everything is moving along for them on the education
It's so
front.
important. And if anybody has any questions or information, they can contact the Chesapeake Public Schools Public Information Office, and we'll get that number up.
Yes.
So thank you both for being here. I really appreciate it and appreciate what you do.
Thank you
Thank
for having us.
Well, that does it for this edition of A Closer Look. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.